Hey guys, it's day 11 of our 40 daily 10-minute pops. And I'm coming to you from my backyard. In a moment, we're gonna explore a reading about garden life as a metaphor for our lives and go through that threefold pop, place of pause. But before we do, we're gonna start with a moment of stillness. Be still. And as I was preparing for this moment together, a flash of texts and emails from my friends and family, combined with the news around the economics of this moment, jobs, rent, grocery bills. There's a lot of loss that I want us to take a moment to be still and present to our own fear, pain, overwhelm, gripped anxiety, or that of someone we know and love, or just humanity. So I invite you to take a breath, take in the sounds, the sensation on your skin of sun, maybe a blanket, maybe the pavement under your feet if you're walking. If you're sitting, plant both feet on the ground. And breathe. So call to mind someone you know, maybe many you know, whose jobs are gone or unstable or dangerous, whose work is challenging right now. And feel whatever it is you know they're feeling as an act of compassion and empathy. Be in the swirl. And then as we have a few other times, imagine that person, that fear, being embraced, being surrounded by us, by our love, by our companionship, by our collective, by your personal connection with God, with the sacred. In the pain and in the fear, to be surrounded with peace and presence and love. And I want to take a moment to shine our gaze on you. Whether it's something around your work, your family, any anxiety, any trepidation, any uncertainty, may those same arms, may you have an experience of those arms being around you today, right now. Return here as you're watching the news, as you're working from home, if you are going to your place of business, as you're caring for your kids, whatever this day holds. If you find yourself in a moment of worry and care for someone you love, or your own worries, return here to this place of being still and being surrounded. Okay, we're going to take a moment and read about garden life. I came to you from my garden. It's kind of brown. There's not much going on right now, but I kind of like that for our conversation today. Garden life. Living in Colorado as I do, there are 4 distinctively different seasons. Each one brings difference in temperature and climate, as well as changes in appearance and pace of nature. One summer day, I remember that my garden spoke to me deeply. It beckoned me to come and see, to be still, and to ponder. As I did that summer day, I saw it clearly. There was far too much growing too close together. At that rate, the plants would start to choke each other out and no longer be able to thrive. My garden needed to be thinned in order to allow each plant ample room without having to compete with the other plants. The same is true for us. At times, there is a need for attentive space making to cultivate conditions for vibrant growth. While at other times, we must trust that the starkness around us is necessary and temporary. A garden and nature's seasons remind us that life and growth are happening no matter what things may look like outwardly, with each season offering distinct ways to move through our days. Wherever you are in this season of life, in these days of corona, of quarantine, of shelter in place, of a barrage of being still, mandatory being still, and unknown, wherever you are, may your time of seeding, lying dormant, maturing, producing, harvesting, exchanging, and flourishing be blessed. Threefold pop. Be still. Surrender. No matter the season in your life's garden, pause here. Be here. Breathe here. Let the thoughts that come be gently plucked from your thinking and whirling mind. Let the worries be weeded. Bask in the soil of this space, this place of rest. You are loved. Be loved. Breathe it in and let everything else go. Second, ponder. Go deeper. Imagine your life today as a plant. What do you see? What do you sense? How are your roots? How is the soil around you? Do you need some nutrients, more light, more water? What surrounds you? What other plants are growing nearby? What's your environment like? Does a transplant to another environment beckon? What season are you in right now? If you're quarantined or sheltering in place, what do you need? More nutrients? Some thinning of news? Of stress? Some expert gardeners to come in and help? Some stakes of support, of daily rhythms, or your trusted tribe? Or do you find yourself in a season where you've been growing too fast for too long? And do you long for a time of dormancy, for some dark, quiet, and reflective space? Again, if at home or forced to move slower, is there a way you can engage with this time intentionally? Is it time to hold off on big plans and ideas, choosing to let them sit, maybe go underground for a moment? If so, explore some ways that you can benefit from going in, going deep, getting still more often. Be inspired by the reminder from nature that bulb plants need seasons of cool, quiet darkness underground to be prepared for the day they pop above the soil. Their stunning blossoms signaling that a new day has come. It will be so for you, for me, for every person on the planet when we wait, when we tend to our gardens. Thirdly, engage, commit. Choose one thing to do today that will respond to what the garden of your life needs. Nourishment, support, creating, or space for the season in which you find yourself now. Share something from this pop with someone you trust. Comment below. Message me. Talk to a live person in your home, on a video call. Stay connected. I'm going to close with a poem called Patient Trust. It has the word God in it. If that is not in your personal experience, if that word doesn't work for you, substitute it with your own way of connecting with someone, something greater than you. Above all, trust in the slow work of God. We are quite naturally impatient in everything to reach the end without delay. We should like to skip the intermediate stages. We are impatient of being on the way to something unknown, something new. It's called Patient Trust by Teilhard de Chardin. French, pardon my French if that's not right. So, my dear friend, you're loved. You belong. We belong to each other. Today, collectively, let's stand tall and light up the world. Peace and love.